everyone and welcome to Rad Chat. My name's Jo McMahon and I'm joined by fellow host Naman Joel Canterson.
Hi everyone.
So here we are live at UKIO. We've got another amazing guest with us. So would you like to introduce yourself please?
My name's Cian. I'm here with the Society of Radiography as one of their student editorial delegates. It's my first time at UKIO and I'm going into the final year at Queen Margaret University up in Edinburgh.
So tell us a little bit about your career journey so far.
I came to radiography a little bit after high school. I originally worked in hairdressing and luxury fashion, so 7-day-a-week rotas and demanding people and on my feet all day, and I thought, let's go for a 24/7 rota. And still on my feet all day, still people are demanding, and now they're in pain. But no, it's been a really good shift. I've really enjoyed it so far. I think I've made the right choice. We'll see. But yeah.
So what initially sparked that passion to enter the profession?
Several factors. One, I really like all the correlative integration of humans, which are just biological machines, which I find fascinating. We're not necessarily engineered, but then we also have like the big tech and all of the science, and they're used in collaboration and conjunction to just get good imaging or to help with interventions and things like that. But I personally have had quite a few broken bones. So I guess from the end user side, I have a little bit more empathy. So when people sit there and go, well, you don't understand, it's like, actually I do. And I know that you don't want to move anymore, but you have to. And it's for the best reasons. So I kind of thought, well, actually, if I want a career change, I would quite like to do that. So that was my decision.
How are you finding the learning side of it?
I was sold a lie. Student life, it's really hard.
Who told you it was easy?
I don't know, all the freshers, promoters and things like that. No, definitely as a mature student, trying to balance all of the coursework and have enough brain capacity and energy to do that, and then also do adulting on top of it. It's a bit of a challenge, and it's been quite a while since I had to write essays or any of that, so that's been a steep learning curve. But maybe one of the good things is I can then look at some of the more abstract models. So obviously anatomy is you learn the bones, you learn the things, and that's very finite. But like the softer sides, like communication, health coaching, to try and that could be the bit that gets someone to be compliant. And I've been able to see that a little bit easier than maybe some of the younger students. So it's been a bit of a mix. But I'm not afraid to ask the questions in the class. So I have a really great dialogue with my teachers.
Amazing. So you recently did the leadership program with the Council of Dames.
Yes.
How have you found that? Did you gain anything out of doing that?
I did. It was very, very interesting. I'm also going to be starting the leadership placement program for students with the Society of Radiography on Thursday morning. So looking forward to that, which I think will be super interesting, because lots of people think that leadership is the same as management, and it's not. In previous roles I've had, it's very much been whoever has the skill is the person who's the best to lead and guide, and everyone can learn something from that. And I think that would be very interesting to look at that from industry perspective, because we're controlled by so many HCPC and GDPR and safety. So to look at how we better that in the workplace will be nice going into my final year, and all the dissertation things. But no, it's been really fun, and I'm really, really glad that at least SoR have decided that they'd like me to come and participate here, because it's fascinating.
How do people actually apply to do that leadership?
I just looked it up.
Okay, that's fine.
Literally just looked it up.
On their website?
On their website.
Okay.
I decided halfway through second year, because Scotland does 4 years, not 3 years, which confuses lots of everyone else in the UK. Because the CPD portfolio is part of our practice, I thought, well, actually, if I start now and develop that as a habit, by the time I'm actually qualified, there's not this mad panic of going, oh my goodness, I need to do a CPD thing.
Oh, I bet your academics love you. It's a lecturer's dream to hear students talk like that.
But so I've been doing lots of the webinars, anything that's got a webinar or a study day.
Even if it's podcast is CPD accredited.
Look at that! Yes. But even asking to do the multidisciplinary team meetings, because it's a part of learning how all of that works. So yeah, anything that has a learning thing or an opportunity to gain a broader skill set to then help me once I'm qualified I just like scrolling through internet, like websites. Yeah. Can I click this? Can I apply for this one? Okay, let's go.
I think the MDT side is quite interesting. That's something as a student I learn about interprofessional communication, how people talk to each other, how they collaborate, how teams come together to basically deliver the best possible care, but also when it doesn't always work very well and what could be done to improve. That's quite nice as well to learn as a student.
It's been very interesting. I will literally talk to anybody. I don't really... It can be an advantage and it can be a disadvantage. I don't really see hierarchy unless we need it, because at the end of the day we're all doing the same thing. So anytime I go to a new site, I'll even go and talk to all the cleaners, because if we need more gowns and they're on your side, you will get more gowns. But right through to, if I've been in interventions, asking every scrub nurse what they do and why they're in the room. And usually you get a really good feedback from them, because they want you to understand why they're there, because you might need to be the person who actually relies on them later. The kind of specialist modalities, so lithotripsy and like the smaller departments rather than the big ticket orthopedics, are really keen for people to understand how the team works and how it gets better. So then when you go to like the big angio suites where they're dealing with stroke victims, where that's like they win big or lose hard, that team needs to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I've been very fortunate, because when I actually got to see that, it was an incredible, like the team dynamic, the trust, that everyone in the room is doing the same thing for the same purpose, was very reassuring. Because it's very easy to go, oh yes, we're just doing the radiography thing. No, that's part of this, like, what's the buzzword? The human factors side. Like the whole system is important. So I've found it really interesting.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your experience, and I wish you the best of luck for your next leadership placement, and indeed for being on the stand and talking to literally anyone.
Yeah, it's a lot of talking, but it's been really good. Thank you.
Thank you.